to another clip. Now, I've already talked about the ideology in the clips that I played. I played a total of about 80 seconds worth of clips that I think 40 seconds of that, probably the most important, the clip about collective action coming together. We can't act alone. No single person clip, I'll call it for lack of better, which is just pointing to the Marxist regime where it's only the state that is going to accomplish, and everything that we do as individuals we will only do in order to benefit the state. That's Marxism. But I want you to listen to these two clips. The first one is about 21 seconds long. It's important. And then I'm going to go to the next clip, which is about 35 seconds. Listen to this first clip.
We, the people, still believe that our obligations as Americans are not just to ourselves, but to all posterity. We will respond to the threat of climate change, knowing that the failure to do so would betray our children and future generations.
Listen to the applause. We will respond. We, the government. Now, we're talking about the government. When he says we, he's not talking about you and I. He's not talking about himself and someone else. He's talking about we being the government. We will respond to climate change. Forget the fact that it's been proven to be ridiculous, but we're gonna respond to climate change. It's very, very important, that clip. Very important. Because it sets up the next clip. This is the clip, that climate change clip, and the next one. This next little piece, 34 seconds long, this next piece, that is going to put the final nail in the coffin of our economy and possibly our liberties and freedom. Go ahead, Adam.
The path towards sustainable energy sources will be long and sometimes difficult. But America cannot resist this transition. We must lead it. We cannot cede to other nations the technology that will power new jobs and new industries. We must claim its promise. That's how we will maintain our economic vitality and our national treasure.
That is the piece that is the biggest setup in the speech. That's setting up the American people. That's what that is. That's what that piece. We have to understand that energy independence is going to be long and difficult, but we've got to embrace. Now, this is on the back. This is on the back of the climate change remarks, that we are going to face the climate change. I want you to track with me on this because it's important. We have to face, now I'm paraphrasing now, okay, just to kind of pull things together. We have to face the climate change challenges. We've got to face it head on. We've got to be a leader in that. We have to understand that we're going to get to energy independence, but it's going to be long and difficult. That we will get there. We, the government, will get there. That we have got to look at technologies, other technologies. We've got to be a leader in those technologies. And then I'm going to rewind, but it's going to be long and difficult. Now I'm going to rewind again. We will face climate change head on. Folks, if you think there's hope for the economy and you want to be hopeful like I do, you want to be hopeful. I want to be hopeful. Those two clips, he is setting us up for cap and trade. That's what this is about. See, cap and trade, which has never could get through Congress, he didn't need executive order to pass cap and trade. I said it yesterday to Betsy McCoy that I was interviewing in reference to Obamacare. I said I believed back then, and I still believe, that cap and trade was the worst piece of legislation to ever get to the halls of Congress. It was probably the biggest social control, the biggest power grab ever. It would have changed the world as we know it, or at least America for sure. But he didn't need executive order to pass it. He quickly said, no problem, won't pass, we're not going to worry about it. It wasn't a campaign to get it passed. There wasn't any of that. It wasn't, oh, it's okay, I'll just do an executive order. Didn't need to do it. Let's not do that. He took the cap and trade bill and he handed it off to the EPA. What the president just told us yesterday in this clip, what he just said yesterday, this is, I'm talking about yesterday, that this is, and I'm saying this because this is a clip that I'm going to want to keep even my comments. This is going to be one of those year from now, me saying I sounded the warning and nobody listened. But look, this was what he said on his second inauguration day yesterday. That he said that energy independence, we, the government, will accomplish it, but it's going to be long and difficult. And when you combine that with his climate change remarks, the cap and trade regulations that the EPA has control over and will be enforcing is going to be framed in a climate change robe so that we all feel good, or his base, which appears to be and quickly becoming the majority of Americans, will embrace as, look what he's doing, how wonderful this is.